Am I the only one who enjoys the sound of his own voice? You talk to any person and you say, sit down in front of this computer, here's a microphone, here's Audacity, talk for a few minutes. And then they play it back, and then they're like, oh my god, do I really sound like that? That's weird. I never thought I sounded like that. And they try and play it off like, oh, maybe the microphone's a little weird. This is especially abundant in little kids who try to go on the internet and sound all big and manly, and they're not a little kid, they're old and they know what they're talking about on any given subject at any time. And they always blame their little girly squeaky voices on the microphone. It's just the microphone. It's not me. I sound deep in real life. Ask my mommy. It just seems like no one enjoys the sound of their own voice, and I do for some reason. I enjoy just talking for hours on end, and playing it, and lulling myself to sleep with previously recorded babblings. Am I the only one who can't stand it when people just sit there and try and play off their little conversation they're trying to have by casually singing to themselves? It's especially annoying when the people who you're talking to or trying to talk to don't even have an iPod on them. They just sing to themselves to try and avoid the conversation. This is kind of how it happens. Say, Fred, what do you think about the game last night? Hmm? Well, the game last night. How did you what do you think happened? Like, what were they? Na, na, na. We're free, we're free for the first time. Hey, are you listening to me? Oh yeah. Okay, you're obviously not listening to me, so fuck you. Whenever I'm trying to talk to somebody and they just start singing to themselves, I'm just like, well, you know what, forget it. I'm just not going to talk to them. And I just abruptly end the conversation no matter how important it was. So, yeah, they miss out on valuable information because they enjoy singing over you songs to themselves because they don't want to talk. If you don't want to talk, just say, hey, I don't want to talk. Screw off. And on that note, am I the only one who doesn't want an iPod? Because everyone I've ever met is talking about how great iPods are, how much stuff they can fit on their iPod, or they're always listening to their iPod and they're ignoring the conversation at hand. And there's like this weird taboo going around with society nowadays that iPod is the only MP3 player that exists. I've had this other MP3 player for a few years, and I actually prefer it over the iPod, because it's a lot less of a hassle to get the goddamn songs on the thing. So I'm just walking around with my MP3 player, and someone's like, oh, what do you have on your iPod? Because, you usually have your MP3 player in your pocket and you have the ear things up to your ears, and they can't really see what brand it is. So I say to them, I don't have an iPod, I have whatever the hell I have. And they're like, oh man, you should get an iPod. iPods are so cool, you can like spin this thing around, and they was going into all the intricate details of all the iPod's features, and it's like, I don't care. It's far too complex for such a simple concept. You should just be able to throw some songs onto a little machine, take it around with you, press play, hear some songs. But no, you have to download the Apple iPod thingy that you can have to iTunes and put the stuff on, and you can download if you want, but it costs money, and you can have to download this. It's just far too complex and stupid. Just fuck off with the iPod. Now, the iPod that I got was a gift. I didn't ask for it. I kept downplaying the idea of someone giving me an iPod. So on that note, am I the only one who never gets what they ask for Christmas or their birthday or whatever? I never get anything that I asked for. Now let's be fair, I never really asked for anything during these occasions. I'm pretty content with all the stuff that I have currently. But anytime I do ask for something, especially when I was a greedy little kid, as we all were at one point, I never got anything that I asked for. There was one time in particular that I remember. I was begging for like 3 weeks or so. I think I was about 10. And I was asking for a remote-controlled car that had headlights on it that you could turn on and off, and it was really cool. I was begging for like the months leading up to Christmas, and when Christmas finally came, it was like, here's a dish towel or something. It's completely irrelevant to what I asked for, and it's not even useful, and I probably threw it out right away. Am I the only one who doesn't like the sight of a happy couple? Every time I see someone, holding hands with another person and laughing on the street, just being all happy-go-lucky, I turn into the Grinch, for God's sakes. Who do those people think they are? Being all happy with each other on the street in front of people? Don't they know people like me exist? The only way to have any sort of kind of decent relevance to something that resembles a shred of happiness in my life is to be alone. Yet they somehow seem to be happy with each other. How can you be happy around other people? Be around someone all the time and be happy at the same time? It just doesn't make sense. I'm seriously asking this as a genuine question. Am I the only one who gets depressed when I see other people be happy in front of me? That's just... I think I'm sick. Am I the only one who watches fight videos on the internet and can't help but feel sorry for the guy who got his ass kicked? It's a weird thing because there's always all these people, especially in the south of the United States, who are always like, yeah, kick his ass! That guy got what he deserved, fucking prick! And I'm always like, that guy got his ass kicked. Must not feel good. He must be embarrassed, in pain, ashamed. Am I the only one who has any empathy to people who get their ass kicked, even if they asked for it? Especially if people didn't ask for it. If they just, out of nowhere get punched in the face or something. People are always like, oh, he got owned, he got fucking owned. And I'm like, well, what about, he's probably scarred for life now. And no one seems to care. They just dwell on the fact that he got owned! Don't fucking cut me off again, you're too far!